Hi, I'm Brent Davies, owner of Wellington Brewery, and we'd like to invite you inside to show you something that we think is special. We were founded in 1985. We're Canada's oldest independently owned craft brewery. What do we do well with beer is we brew it well, and the next thing our process was packaging. We went with Krones because they've got what we think is the best packaging systems in the world.
My name is Justin Delandria. I've been here for 2.5 years now, and I'm kind of a student engineer. Right now we're running the bottling line, so this is the depal unit for the bottling system. It's completely automated, so the bottles travel from this unit with the push of a button onto the line and into the labeler and then onto the filler. So it brings it down to the perfect level, and then we'll transport it across. So it's a pneumatic system, so the air pressure causes the cylinders that you could just see move, clamp on the bottles and unload the bottles. And the robot has special gripping arms for both the suction cups on the sheet and the arms that swing down the side to grab the wooden top. So the labeler system has two separate HMIs, one for the mains and one for each label station. If we want to run faster, we can easily adjust it from this HMI, or if we want to run slower, we can slow it down. The bottles travel in and they get the first label put on and do a series of rotations to make sure the label is properly pressed against the bottle, and then it travels towards the second label where we can fine-tune the heights of both labels to make sure they look perfect on the bottle. We're looking to see that the front label is matched up directly with the back label, and the Cosmic machine is amazing that we can easily fine-tune, adjust where the height sits to make sure that the bottles come out perfectly from the labeler. Pressure sensitive labels work very well on our new glass created by TAP. After they've exited the labeler, they go through our date coder, and that dates the labels for the expiry date. The first stage is the rinser, so it's an inverted rinser where it grabs the bottles by the neck, flips them over, and sends a stream of water up into them to make sure there's no particles or debris that will be getting into the beer. They first go through a CO2 purge, so it purges all the oxygen from the container. Once the water stops, they dry and rotate back over and head towards the filler. Inside each of the bottles, there's a fill probe. So the beer travels up to that probe, and once it makes contact, it creates an electrical charge to let the system know that the bottle is up to its designated height for fill. Now adding the crowns to the hopper, it has a magnetic field that transports the crown from the hopper up to the crown's capper. So the crowns go up through a sorter at the top that has a vibrator, and will vibrate them all down in through the hopper and spin them out. When the crowns come out of the chute, they're both going different directions, like standing up and upside down. The Wellington SPA boxes come from Packaging Technologies Inc. They're easy, erect boxes, so you just push both sides and they pop up, and we place our own 6-pack boxes inside them for distribution at the LCBO.
I'm Marvin Dick, and I'm the brewmaster here at Wellington Brewery. I oversee quality, packaging, and brewing. Now we're going to look at our canning line, starting with the depalletizer. So this is the depalletizer, where the cans come across and they're brought onto the second layer there, and then that brings it down and puts it onto the second conveyor. And the robot arm here will come across and take the top tier sheet off, which protects the top of the cans. These cans are very open on the top and they run along the line, so you can get a little bit of dust or whatever into the can, so we make sure we rinse them before we send them into the can filler. So the integral part of the line is the can filling system manufactured by Krones. This is an important part where we put the lid on the can, so it's going to spin, and there's dies that come in and lock the lid. It's a double roll seam onto the can, so it needs to spin in order to create that double seam. And this X-ray machine is going to check the weight or the fill level of the cans. Another aspect of the integration and the sophistication of this Krones machine is this unit here, which will give us the count on the cans. It'll tell us how many rejects there's been, and the data from the check mat. So this is the pipe rack system for the Krones Craftmate. One of the great advantages to this system is it comes already pre-piped from Krones. Very sophisticated skid that basically makes sure the beer is at the right pressure and temperature. From this angle, it's easy to see how Krones was able to integrate everything together. This is a lot of different moving parts in a very small footprint, and they did a fantastic job of using the space that we had and making it all work together with all the different pieces.